Oh, hello there. Excuse me. Never mind that. Let's Rianovich here for another edition of Wednesday's Wonder. Now, I thought, due to the seriousness of what's going on out there with the corona crisis and all, that in lieu of today's Wonder, I would do a public service advisory of such. Because I know we're all very concerned about what's going on out there, and there's considerable information being brought to us on the television and such. However, there are things and there's information that is not being told to us, that is being hidden from us, for example. And that's what I want to address today. One of those things I have found is that there's a lot of ageism going out there. Now, for some of you that are too stupid to know what that is, that's just age discrimination. Why, one example, for example, is that on the telly the other day, I heard them advising young people and such, don't visit your grandparents. What the hell? What do they mean by that? Grandchildren not visiting their grandparents? What, are we dirty? Are we filthy? Are we going to touch them and give them cooties or something? I take umbrage to that in and of itself. But that given, there's more important things to consider. I've also discovered and heard on the telly news that there's a serious problem with ventilators and receptors, or what do you call them? Respirators, that's the word. Yeah, respirators and ventilators out there. And with that, they're also going to start trying to find ways to ration those and distribute them in various ways. Well, what I have found, and I've had my sources, the inside sources, and my team go to the CBD offices and such and go down into the bowels, into the deep safe to find out the real information, just for you, of course. And I have found out a few things about what their plan is. Let me give you a small PowerPoint presentation of what I'm talking about. One of the plans is they're going to do it by age. You're going to distribute these things by age. So, the young people, oh, come on in, take your respirator, your ventilator, whatever you want. Why, they'll be as common as fleas on a barnyard dog for the young people. Then it goes down precipitously. Oh, yes, and I love that word, precipitously. Say that several times. It goes down precipitously by age until you get to my age. That is the people of age, as we like to be called. The wise people of age. That's correct. Well, you'll also notice that these are all in percentages. Well, when you get down here to this little place that you can't see, and I had to use the magnifying glass just to see, it's not by percentage, it's by numbers. And the number is, granted, there's like 50 million of us people of age out there. They are going to give us three respirators and 3 ventilators. I guess they expect it. We're just going to fight amongst ourselves just to, and decide who's going to get one. Why, that in itself would be a nice reality show for them to watch when this is all over. Well, the hell with you and your by age. But there's more to it. This might concern some of you that are not people of age. Let me give you this graph. This is a graph where they're going to distribute them by income. Well, as we all expected, the rich people get whatever they damn well please. Come on in. Would you like 1 respirator, 2, 3? Oh, you need a couple of ventilators? Put them in the truck. No problem with that. And then the rich people, they just piss the rest down to us until they get to the middle class, which gets a little bit here and there. And then they get to the poor, which, well, the poor, they just open up their mouths and lap up whatever's left. May be defective, may not work at all, but go ahead, give it to me. And then some brainiac up there, he decided, well, no, let's do it differently. Let's do it by one's appearance. Well, once again, we all know how this game works. The beautiful people get whatever they damn well please, just like they do every other time. And they, too, piss it on down the line. So that, there's some for the pretty people and some for the average people out there. And then the ugly people, well, they just take what's left, of course, because, well, they're ugly and they're used to it. Just as they should be, of course. Sorry that you're ugly. Sorry about your luck there. So that told me that I can no longer count on the state and federal authorities to protect me and meet my needs. Therefore, I'm going to have to rely on my own resourcefulness and creativeness to protect myself and my cronies. So what I've done is I've developed and designed what I call the PPR/B. What is the PPR/B, you ask? Well, I could tell you, but even better, I can show you. This handy device, my friends, is a PPR V. It is an in-home personal respirator and ventilator all in one. That's great. Let me show you how this works. All you have to do is go back here and find the button. I probably should have made the button a little bigger. There it is. Okay. Turn this baby on when you're in need. And just take yourself a breath. Put it on low, you have a respirator. Those times you want to inhale deeply, just turn it on high. Put this in your mouth. It will breathe for you. You'll feel like you're on spring break again as a college kid, just laying back having fun. But there's more advantage to this particular device than I've told you so far. For a small price, you can purchase your own handy handle. And all you do with this handy handle is you take this device and you strap it on here. Well, maybe I should have made this a little bit bigger too. Hold on, give me just a second. I'm working on this. It's quite convenient actually, if you'll give me a second. I just did my fingernail, so there we go. There's your handle. Now, all you have to do is take this now, strap it around your neck, and you're free to move about the room or the entire house, however you wish to go. And if you're willing to go out to Home Depot or Lowe's and purchase yourself a 300-foot extension cord, why, you can even go check the mail as many times as you choose with this particular device right here. There's one more advantage for us, and that is if you're willing to buy a relatively inexpensive bottle of my spray, all you have to do is turn the device on, turn it around, whoops, put it on a steady surface, and just spray my spray and take in good little deep breath, and it will freshen your breath spring fresh in the morning. Why, just now today I believe my breath smells like a fresh twist of cranberry. Somebody's going to get lucky tonight, aren't they? Well, the only other problem I considered in this is that I have read that people with pre-existing conditions, well, this particular virus affects them quite severely. And the most relevant condition or pre-existing condition is smokers. That's right, they have a very hard time with this. Well, this particular virus, that is. So I thought, well, I don't want to ration my particular device here like the feds in the States do. So I thought, well, I'll come up with a converter kit just for smokers. And I did just that. And here it is, my friends. All you have to do is take this particular device here, place it behind the PVR/V, and go get yourself one of your own cigarettes, whatever brand you particularly choose. Now, I'm not a smoker or anything, but for demonstration purposes, let me just show you how this works. You take your cigarette, you place it in the device as such, you turn the device on. Where's that handle? There we go. Turn it around. Refreshing cigarette right after dinner, right there through your ventilator itself. Now, I recommend low for that particular thing right there. Now, the other advantage with the smoker converter, let me put that out, is that you'll notice it has two sides. This is for cigarettes, and this is for people like myself who are cigar aficionados. You take your favorite stogie, place it in the device as such, light it up, do the same thing, and you're smoking your cigar just like you were having a cup of coffee or in the hot tub. Well, no, I don't recommend this particular device for pools, hot tubs, showers, or baths, by the way. That's a disclaimer I think you all need to know. So with that, I hope you'll consider purchasing one of your own. That way you don't have to go to those testy hospitals with all those sick people laying around and such. And we'll get over this thing together. So before I go, let me say just a couple of more things. One thing is to all those young people out there and those middle-class people, you know who you are, you smug little middle-class people, or middle-aged people, I should say, middle-class, middle-aged, whatever. They're just middle-average people, what the hell. But to all those people out there, I want you to think of one thing about the people of age like myself. We may be now the disposable generation, but without the people of age like us, you would still be nothing more than stardust. Just think about that for a moment. And one other thing I'd like to say is these are serious times, and seriously, I'd like to say, let's all take this very serious and do everything we have to do to protect ourselves, our families, and our friends, and anyone that we're around. With that, I'll leave you, and hopefully soon we'll do a real Wednesday Wonder. I do wonder what that'll be.